You know when you meet somebody for the first time and the only thing you can think about is, oh my God, how are they so radiant and confident and magnetic? They walk into a room and they just have superstar celebrity energy. They just seem effortlessly cool. What if I told you that those effortlessly cool, effortlessly confident people actually put a lot of effort into being that way? They're just so good at it that you can't even tell they're trying. As someone who has gone from being diabolically insecure to pretty friggin' confident, I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, I believe confidence is a practice. I believe confidence is found in the routines and the habits that we create for ourselves. Today, I want to talk about how you can actually build your confidence the same way you would build your glutes. Both are equally important. Also, hello, my name is Emily Durham, and thank you for clicking on this video. If you're new to my channel, my goal is to make content that helps you feel your best and thrive in your 9-to-5 and beyond. I'm the host of the Straight Shooter Recruiter podcast and a careers coach. So whether we're talking confidence, finances, careers, I got you covered. But truly the spark notes, and you can ask my mother this, is I was an unbelievably anxious child. I was a child who came home crying from school every day, needed to have perfect grades, and was really obsessed with how other kids at school perceived me. And that's definitely something that carried into my high school life. I wasn't particularly popular. I was kind of awkward. I was a bit of a nerd. And that just really stuck with me. And it didn't help that when I did get into my first relationship in grade 10, my boyfriend was abusive. Yes, and for those of you who have been in very unhealthy relationships, you know that it fundamentally changes the way that your brain is wired. Your anxiety is always at a 10, and even now, many years later, I'm 29 years old, that happened when I was 16, it still fundamentally shapes the way that I interact with people and how much I believe myself in difficult situations. That was a very traumatic time in my life, and it triggered a lot of very deep-rooted insecurities and made me believe that I deserved to be treated that way. And that trickled into other areas of my life, including my relationship with my body, my relationship with my character. And it's something I had to spend many years unpacking in therapy, and in many ways, still have to unpack. I would say that I kind of started on my confidence journey in early university, and largely that was because I separated from people who still had ties to my abusive ex. I met new people and people who really filled me up and made me feel seen and validated. And slowly I started having more brief moments where I was like, wait, am I really pretty? Wait, am I really smart? And it made me want to create routine and habit to amplify those positive feelings so that I wasn't always stuck in this I am not good enough state of life. The first thing that I really had to come to grips with was the fact that I can't keep doing things that make me feel like shit and expect me to suddenly wake up and no longer feel like crap. That is crazy people behavior. Doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting to feel differently about it, cuckoo bananas. For me specifically, when I sleep in, oh my gosh, I feel like crap about myself. I feel unproductive, and I know logically I shouldn't, rest is important, but I am feeling the most confident when I have a solid wake up time and a solid bedtime. When I screw up my sleep schedule, if you're one of my friends, you know I am an absolute friggin' tyrant. You need to see these small behavioral habits as a commitment that you make to yourself. And every time you tell yourself you're going to go to bed early and you don't, or that you're going to go to the gym and you don't, you are breaking a promise with yourself. You are breaking trust that you have with yourself. It is one more thing that is reinforcing that you cannot rely on you. And how are you going to feel confident if you don't even trust that you're going to do the same things that you say you're going to do for yourself? I also started to make sure that I liked how I looked every single day. Except not every single day, most days. Whether it's my hair, my makeup, or my outfit, I'm committing to feeling good. And it doesn't mean that I need a blowout. It doesn't mean that I need makeup on. It just means even if I'm putting on an athleisure set, it's one I feel sexy in. Because studies actually show us very consistently that when you like how you look and you feel more sexy or confident or beautiful in your outfit, you are more productive. There's a direct tie between productivity and how you feel about yourself. And then by extension, you get more done throughout the day because you feel good about yourself and you feel better. And it's like this positive loop of I feel good, I work hard and get a lot done. Oh, I feel so good about that. I feel good. And it's this beautiful cycle. I also started implementing learning as a habit because showing yourself that you can learn new skills builds confidence. I did try learning some things that didn't work out, right? Shout out to those of you who remember me signing up for a ballet class for 8 weeks and showing up to 4 classes and saying, no, I think I've seen what I needed to see here. But still to this day, I am very passionate about making sure that I'm always learning something, even if it might seem silly to other people. I recently did a deep dive on the cast of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. But the fact that I was learning something new and researching and am now educated on something that matters to me, that makes me feel confident because it's one more thing that I know. It's one more thing I can say I'm an expert on. It doesn't need to matter to other people, it just needs to matter to me. Keep your space clean. Your room, your kitchen, your apartment, your car. Keep the things that you spend time in tidy. It is very hard to feel like you deserve the world when you step into your car and there's papers and water bottles everywhere. That's me, by the way. My car is always a disaster. And I get into my car and I'm like, oh, I need to clean this. I'm such a disaster. Versus my apartment, which for the most part is pretty stinking clean. When I wake up, I feel almost like I'm in a hotel. It feels crisp. It feels like I'm in a space that is welcoming me. It makes me feel worthy. One of the tips that has stuck with me the most is being very thoughtful about how and when I consume social media. All of these are hard for me, by the way. None of these come easy, but I really believe when I adhere to these rules really consistently, I notice a considerable difference in how I carry myself and how I feel. When I get sucked into doom scrolling on social media, like 2 hours of TikTok scrolling before bed or in the middle of the day, I'm like, oh my God, did I just waste my time? Like that was such a bad use of my time. But beyond that, of the 2,000 videos that I've watched, probably half of them weren't serving me. They were probably people in outfits I don't want to spend money to buy, or in bodies that, girl, I'm not personally gonna occupy. When I'm having the itch to consume things, that's when I lean back on that like learning itch that I have and go to Duolingo, do a deep dive of something that I find interesting, because it really puts me at the center of my mind instead of my mind being centered around how other people are showing up on the internet. But it's really easy to say, oh, you're gonna feel so confident when you have routines and you stick to them and yada yada. What happens on the days where you're like, oh my God, I feel awful. My anxiety is through the roof. I'm not doing well at work. I'm in a fight with my friend. Like all of these things that feel really heavy. And all of these habits, yes, can help us stay afloat, but they're not really there to pull us out of the trenches. One of the most important things I've been trying my friggin' darndest to do is watch the words I say to myself and the words I say about others as a means of coping. What do I mean by that? I think if you surround yourself with people where it's really natural to nonstop gossip about others, I actually, by the way, don't think gossip is inherently evil, but I think talking shit about people nonstop is not healthy and it's not nice. And when you're in a habit of constantly judging others, inadvertently you're going to be judging yourself like as part of that process. It's so corny, but the words that you say and speak about yourself truly matter. So when you're down in the dumps, you can't say, oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm a bad person. Oh, I'm this or oh, I'm that. Your body hears the shit you say about yourself. Your body hears that. Your body feels that. Watch how when you change the way you speak about yourself, the way you speak about your body, and the way you speak about others, how much lighter your world gets. If you're going through a traumatic breakup, if you say, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, you are going to believe that. I think the mental shift of starting to see confidence as a routine and as a thing that we do instead of a feeling we're inherently supposed to have is really freeing because it gives us the opportunity to feel in control of our confidence, and it can be one more skill that we look to build the same way I might be looking to learn French. I am like getting nonstop phone calls, but maybe that's my sign that I've said everything I needed to say. If you enjoyed this fun little video, just a video to help you like reset, feel more confident, feel more like you, make sure you're subscribing. Let me know the little habits that you have that help you feel more confident, because it really do be a practice. It really do be something that I'm practicing actively. But I'll talk to you in my next video.